Hello everyone. Welcome to this episode of our podcast. So currently we have been recording all sorts of valuable information for our audience, and right now we have here with us Seth Stevens and Shawn Hart. They are the guys behind PostPurchasePRO, and today we're going to find out some very interesting information about how to handle our current customers, what to do actually after each purchase that we get on our business, and how to handle things. So without further ado, I'm going to invite both of them to present themselves and give us a little bit of background and feedback on their activity. And since we have Seth here and his visual, we'll start with Seth. Apologies, Shawn. I hope you will not get...
Hey, no worries, buddy. No worries.
All right. Thank you so much, Marcel, for having us. Yeah, super excited to talk through some of our experience. So if I start at the beginning, it might make sense for 30 seconds worth of background here. So Shawn and I were building private label brands before building brands on Amazon was really a thing. We were using traditional media sources like direct response advertising, television ads, radio ads, newspaper ads, driving our own traffic to our own products, and we did our own fulfillment. And in those businesses, Marcel, the traffic was really expensive compared to what you can do on Amazon today. So we had to get really good at the entire scope of marketing. And so that looks a lot different than what a typical Amazon seller does today. And when we started building brands ourselves in 2014 on Amazon, we approached the business way differently than a lot of other sellers. And here's a stat that'll blow your mind, Marcel, that 41% of all of our revenue that we generated on Amazon came from our existing customers that we followed up with using real email and real text messaging. Now, if you think about that, the reason why that's so crazy is because 99% of Amazon sellers out there never communicate with their customers again ever after that first transaction. And that was 41% of our revenue and even more of our profits. So Marcel, I think that that kind of sets the tone for what we're going to talk about today. But just a quick little background. Shawn and I started building brands on Amazon in 2014. We launched more than 1,000 private label products ourselves. We created 53 brands, and we've sold several of those brands along the way. So Shawn, anything to add to our colorful history?
Yes, always something to add. Thanks a lot for inviting us to the show, Marcel. It was
Sure.
Really
A pleasure.
looking forward to sharing with your audience and sharing some of the strategies that really helped us do a tremendous job on Amazon. So the biggest issue out there, the elephant in the room, if you will, is that existing customers are being ignored. Existing customers are the most valuable asset to any brand. While a lot of sellers are focusing primarily on the product and not the customer, they're leaving a lot of revenue on the table. So it didn't so happen that I was just smarter or anything like that. I just happen to be a little luckier than a lot of Amazon sellers who seem to be first-time entrepreneurs. And my previous business forced us, Marcel, we literally depended on our survival, depended on the ability to nurture a relationship with each buyer and ascend that buyer up our quote unquote value ladder, increasing the lifetime value. If it were not for that, my previous business would have failed. I would have probably gotten a job at McDonald's and still be flipping hamburgers. But thankfully, I learned direct response marketing and the value of a customer list. And, quite frankly, it just drives me crazy to watch Amazon sellers get this wrong. And the big claim out there that a lot of Amazon sellers seem to believe is that we as sellers are not allowed to have a relationship or carry on a conversation with our existing customers. Is just not true.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that, especially the things that happen out of a crisis situation. So yeah, that's incredible. And the fact that Amazon itself is not allowing us to communicate directly with the customer, it's really a huge miss there. So myself, I am a bit, let's say, of an entrepreneur, and I know a little bit of marketing, and I've been taking things outside of Amazon. But I'm really curious on how you do things on your side, and how you prepare things. So for any Amazon seller out there to know to leverage this and to take the business to the next level, because in the end, like you said, we're leaving a lot of money on the table because we're only milking let's say a customer once. So
right,
yeah,
right. Now, before you jump into that, Seth, let me just create a reframe here, if you don't mind, Marcel. This is
absolutely,
what I
please.
want you to think about as an Amazon seller. If you are creating transactions every day on Amazon, meaning making sales, and those sales are profitable sales, then what we can show you today on your show is how you can leverage the Amazon platform, your existing business, as a profitable customer acquisition channel. While 99.9% of businesses all over the planet pay to acquire new customers, as Amazon sellers, we have a leg up. We have a cheat code. We have a hack, if you will, because we can get paid to get new customers.
Yeah. So Marcel, in a moment, let's get into the tactics behind how do you do this? Because there's two major components. There's one, on Amazon, you actually have to build your customer list, which we'll get into all that. And then two, you have to monetize it. But the thing to first think about is that your customers are buying things every day, and they're going to buy more of your product, by happenstance. And then they're going to buy other products that are in your brand line, but they're going to buy them from other competitors out there in the market because they don't know that you sell it. And here's the thing, Marcel, here's the big miss. When we were selling bamboo pillows, it's just a shredded memory foam pillow. We were selling these in 2014 to 2016. We would email our customer base of people that had already purchased a bed pillow. I don't know about you, but I only need one, maybe two if I'm going to outfit my whole bed. But we had customers, hundreds of customers buy from us the exact same product more than 20 times. So if we never sent an email out to our existing customers that already had purchased that product, we would have missed out on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sales. That is insane. So a lot of Amazon sellers, first of all, they don't really know how to build their customer list. And secondly, they don't know the value of it because they think to themselves, why would anyone ever want to buy my product again? And there's so many reasons that a customer would want to buy your product again. For instance, in our pillowcase, they had a guest bedroom, or they had a guest home, or they had an RV, or they wanted to give it as a gift. There's so many reasons why people buy the same product, and let alone other products in your brand line. So you have to think of, if I could acquire a customer, like Shawn said, and bring them into my real business, which is where your customers live on your customer list, and then leverage Amazon to produce more sales, you're going to make way more money because now your business gets way healthier. So Marcel, you know that a lot of sellers out there spend money on sponsored ads to create a sale. That would be acquiring a customer. So if I spent $10 on sponsored ads to get that first sale, but now I have the customer and I can sell to them 20 more times in the case of our pillow with no additional cost, what do you think happens to our profit margins? They go through the roof. And so just by thinking about Amazon in terms of I'm acquiring the customer, or I'm using Amazon to acquire the customer to then sell them more products, your world opens up because you're no longer just trying to massage sponsored ads and make them profitable. You're just trying to acquire customers and then serve those customers again and again and again. Does that make sense?
Definitely. Yeah. That's actually every, let's say, e-commerce seller's dream, to milk as much as possible from every purchase, because in the end, everyone knows that we're spending a lot of money on ads. We're trying to, do PPC. We're trying different, maybe outside sources to send in traffic to Amazon. And in the end, when that sale comes, you get one sale, and that's it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, the ACOS goes through the roof, and Shawn.
So
please.
Amazon sellers, pay attention. You are doing yourself a terrible disjustice. Not only are you cheating yourself out of additional revenue, you're shortchanging your customers. Your customers will continue to purchase products like yours and along your brand line, like Seth said, but you're not giving them the opportunity to purchase from you. So just like I said, Marcel, we all pay to acquire new customers. Huge consumer package companies, retail stores, they use all kinds of gimmicks to get customers into their store. They lose money on the first order just to acquire new customers. When we are lazy and we're selling products on Amazon at a profit, we're just not squeezing every ounce of profit out of that customer. And I don't mean to sound dirty, like, we want to milk the customer out of every dollar he wants to spend. But at the end of the day, Amazon buyers are Amazon buyers. And all we need to do is create a situation where your customer chooses to reach out to you and to engage your brand for ongoing value. No, we're not allowed to reach out to the customer or twist their arm and make them join a mailing list or do something crazy like that. But every single product that you buy from a major name brand, I don't care what it is, either in retail or online, if you look at the packaging, there are multiple ways to engage the brand. They have customer service emails, they have telephone support, call customer support with questions or comments. They have lots of product inserts that show you how to use the product safely, efficiently, and get the maximum benefit without voiding the warranty. If, as a consumer, Marcel, you and solely you make the decision that you choose to reach out to the seller of that product to find out more about the brand and what they can do to better your life, then that's your choice. There's nothing in the rules in terms of service against a consumer reaching out to the product or the brand owner. What we need to do is create a scenario where your customer will stop what they're doing and immediately pick up the phone and call, immediately email you, or immediately opt in to download some valuable tool to help enhance his experience with your product. It's the consumer's choice. And that's why we're just leaving so much money on the table. And you said it, Marcel, you said that's every e-commerce brand owner's dream. Well, it's not, but it should be. It should be, because it's an untapped gold mine. It's an asset that you're completely leaving behind. And it adds so much value to the relationship as well as value to your brand when you go to sell.
Great points there, Shawn. So let me just add on a little bit, Marcel, and then we can move on to a next question maybe. But what Shawn just described there was a framework to build a customer acquisition channel within Amazon's terms of service. And if you think about, Marcel, if you've ever bought like Nike shoes or any of these big brands, they all want to engage the customer. So if you're in the United States and you buy a pair of Nike shoes, inside the box, there's a little card and it says, download the Nike free training app. They're supporting the product. It's about the product. It's not about manipulating reviews or manipulating search, which is definitely against TOS. Nike's just supporting their customers by showing them how to use their shoes to get a better training result. And that's what we do. So I'll give you an example of how to build a TOS compliant product insert. We call it a marketing, an attention getting marketing device, because it grabs their attention and draws it to us. So here's what we did in the pillow case, Marcel. I'll keep it all relevant for you. So every product has to be thought through differently. What Shawn said is true. You have to think about what value would my customer be really interested in when they're opening up the product, and every product and every customer is different. So if you're selling a pizza cutter, then most likely they don't really care about a warranty because the pizza cutter only cost them $8. So it's not relevant. You have to create what we call a mafia offer, which is an offer that's so good that the customer would feel silly to refuse it. You have to create that on your insert. And here's what we did for our pillow. The pillow was vacuum sealed because it was memory foam, and it was like a little ball, Marcel. It looked like it was getting ready to explode in your face when you opened up the package, okay? And so because that product was so uniquely packaged, we actually just put a sticker right on the outside, and it was a stop sign sticker, and it said this: do not open this pillow before you see these very important instructions. That's it. The mafia offer is the instructions because of the packaging, and that was a unique situation. But think about this, Marcel. The customer is going to claim value, which is how to actually adjust their pillow properly. They had to do a couple steps. They had to put it in the dryer. They had to open it without cutting it. There's all these little things that they had to do. So number one, we got to deliver value and reduce our returns. We got to increase our review star rating because now they actually knew how to use the product successfully. And then lastly, Marcel, we had more than 88% of our customers choose to opt in when they hit that page. So we're capturing 88% of our real customers' email addresses by using that insert. Now, that insert will not work on a pizza cutter. Every mafia offer has to be thought through, and the value that you're providing has to be relevant. But that is within TOS because we're providing value to support the product. We're not saying, come and claim $10 to give us a review. And we're not trying to manipulate search. We're just adding more value to build the customer list. And then that's the list, Marcel, that we sold those customers again and again and again. We sold them wedge pillows. We sold them body pillows. We sold them all kinds of other things. But that acquisition point from the product insert set everything else up. Does that make sense, Marcel?
Yeah, totally. I really like the way you've set things up there for the customer in order to. The whole idea is to offer value, and you've said it. I mean, most of the Amazon sellers and the brand owners out there are really thinking on how to sell, and thinking on how to sell is one point of the equation. If you ask me, it's important to serve others. So by serving others, you need to deliver more value to the people, to our customers in the end. And yeah, of course, this can be in terms of, like you said, maybe some instructions or maybe a video on how to use the product. You can even maybe add a complementary product, or maybe I'll put a little bit of background here. I've met Seth and Shawn in Las Vegas at the Prosper show, and we've talked a little bit, so I know a little bit of insights from their tactics. So if I may, maybe it would be a great addition to also explain that pizza cutter product that you had, or is that out of our scenario for today?
I think that's good. Shawn, Shawn, do you want to talk about it?
It's a good example, but here's the thing that we have to remember. As a seller, okay, you may or may not understand marketing. Chances are you do not understand marketing. And if you understand front-end marketing, driving traffic, cold traffic to your listing, then I would almost bet you that you don't understand back-end marketing. But the idea that we are making the decision for our customers, we're deciding for the customer, oh, you don't want to buy another pizza cutter. You don't want to buy another pillow or a buggy whip or a pump handle or a wagon wheel. It's not up to me as a seller to answer the question, Marcel. It's up to me as a seller to ask the question. Let the customer decide. Does he need another unit? Does he need a replacement? Does he have a second home? Does he want to buy it as a gift? Does he have a friend or a colleague at work that he wants to refer it to? And as long as your product, your brand, your listing can be top of mind when that obvious need finds its way to the top of the mind too, then your product will be the obvious best choice for that customer. Okay, so don't assume they only need one. How many of us buy the same brands over and over? We fly the same airlines. We're loyal to the same rental car companies. We go to the same stores. We wear the same sneakers. Your customers aren't any different. And just because you don't understand email marketing doesn't mean that it doesn't work. So the perfect example that you're talking about, Marcel, with the pizza cutter, let me try to make this very clear and obvious with audio only. Now, let's say, for example, we want to launch and sell a pizza cutter on Amazon. The pizza cutter may be widely competitive, like it's very what we would call high barrier to entry, meaning maybe it's a high minimum order quantity, it's an expensive product, there's a lot of competition, there's a long lead time. For whatever reason, it's too heavy, it's too big, it's overweight or oversized. If your product is high barrier to entry, this is what we like to do. We like to create a scenario where we can create a listing, Marcel, that stands above all other options on Amazon and literally screams, buy me, not the other guy, because I'm the obvious best choice. And what we would do in the example that I shared with you previously for a pizza cutter, we would create a similar product that looks like the other products on Amazon, okay, functions the same, maybe even similar style and color, but we create a better offer. And the offer is what drives attention to our listing. So in the pizza cutter scenario, or that example, we would lower the price of the pizza cutter to demand attention and help click-through rates. We would then make what we call a mafia offer, meaning an offer that's too good to say no to. And we would pair the pizza cutter with an affiliate offer that maybe offers a free pizza from Domino's that has a value of $17, but you get it free with our pizza cutter. This creates a situation, Marcel, where your customer would actually feel stupid choosing any other pizza cutter besides yours. And what we're doing is we're forcing our pizza cutter to the top of the page rank because we are manipulating or influencing in a big way the click-through rate, because there you go. We influence the click-through rate by creating an offer that cannot be competed with and cannot be ignored. Now, it doesn't stop there. This pizza obviously is not going to ship with the product. It's just an affiliate offer where Domino's, in exchange for an email address, is offering a free medium pizza to new customers. So what this enables you to do, and there are thousands of these offers out there, This enables you to pair your product, your pizza cutter, with an affiliate product that gets fulfilled by a third party. Your customer gets tremendous value. You increase your click-through rate. You destroy, you blow up your conversion rates, because this is an offer that can't be competed with. And your customer has to opt in with an email address outside of Amazon to receive his free pizza coupon. So you're creating more sales. You're creating higher ranking because of those sales and those click-through rates. You're being more relevant. Your sales velocity is through the roof. This forces you to collect the customer email address so that you can deliver the coupon for the free pizza. The customer gets tremendous value because he gets a free pizza. Domino's gains a new customer out of the deal, and you blow your competitors out of the water. Those are the unorthodox, out of the box, if you will, types of marketing strategies that Seth and I use in our Amazon business. And it's easy to create a win just like that. In fact, I knew you were going to ask me, Marcel, so I prepared a page where your listeners can go to and download SOPs on that and 3 other core strategies that we use, and also download a copy of our new book, Private Label Millionaire Secrets. What say you, my friend?
Oh, that sounds great. Thank you for that. I'm sure everyone will appreciate it, and yeah, I appreciate it myself. It's really great to hear this type of story, and really the way people should actually think on how to combine their products with different offers just to deliver more value, because in the end you just did that. You deliver more value to the customer, and in fact you've also created an email list outside of Amazon, which is, let's say, the very juice of everything that we're looking for. So yeah, that's excellent. And thank you, Shawn and Seth, thank you for providing that information to our customers. I'm sure it will be mind-blowing.
Yeah. So you can put it in the show notes and show it on the screen when you produce the video, obviously, but the URL is postpurchasepro.com/final, FINAL, final. And what that will give you a complete walkthrough of like the pizza cutter strategy of using other people's products to help with your conversions. And then also show you 3 other core strategies that we've used to do $153 million in sales on Amazon. And you can download a PDF copy of our book, Private Label Millionaire Secrets. It's postpurchasepro.com/final.
Definitely. I will include it in the description and put it on the screen as well, just for everyone to see it. And
You're such a professional, Marcel.
Thank you,
Marcel. So if you just to kind of wrap up this whole point, if you think about it, there are 2 ways to make more profit in your business. 1 is attract more customers. 2 is make those existing customers more profitable to you. Most people in the Amazon space only know how to attract new customers. They're manipulating sponsored ads, they're trying to do rebates, they're trying to influence their rank, but they're not doing anything with the back end, which is half of the equation when it comes to increasing our profitability. So a lot of sellers that we see could double their business, double their profit, if they just spend a little time thinking about how can I make these existing customers more profitable to my business or provide them more value. And the first thing to do is start building your email list, which we use 4 different ways to do it. We shared with you one of those ways today. Marcel, I think there's a couple other ways on that link that Shawn just shared. So that'll give everybody a good start to really start engaging their customers so they can start building out the other half of their marketing, which most people are ignoring.
Marcel, there's another powerful thought that I would like to put out there for your audience, because I know from speaking to you, you're an intelligent person. You're a great businessman. You understand the hustle, right?
Definitely.
So here's what I want you to think about. Seth and I have created 53 unique brands on Amazon, and we've sold more than half of those brands. So listen to this. On average, it's a minimum of 3 times up to 30 times more expensive for us to acquire new customers than it is for us to just nurture the customers that we already have. Up to 30 times in some cases. So this is an area where we can all grow. Even Seth and I can create a better situation with our existing customers, do them a favor, give them give them an opportunity to ascend your value ladder, purchase more products, more expensive products, or the same product more than once. Maybe maybe today's not the right day, but like I always say, just because you don't buy a hamburger every time you drive by McDonald's doesn't stop McDonald's from advertising, right? At some point, you're going to be hungry and you're going to give up good food for a hamburger at McDonald's. All right. And that's the moment that their marketing pays off. And they don't stop there, do they? They continue to advertise over and over relentlessly. But as Amazon sellers, Amazon they spoil us because they provide enough traffic every day for us to make a good living on Amazon. But if you're depending on Amazon traffic every single morning to send new buyers to your listing, then Marcel, that's the equivalent of waking up every morning and looking for a new job. How would you like to wake up every morning unemployed and have to go find a new job? It's ridiculous. But that's what we do when we depend solely on the so-called Amazon gods to send traffic. Don't you agree?
I totally agree. And I can totally relate to the fact that we need the emails in order to reach the people and not to depend on one platform, because Amazon may, I don't know, I don't want to say that may close up or close your account, but in the end, bad things can happen. If you have the email list and you have your customers, you can definitely get them to purchase from another place, maybe your Shopify or whatever it is. So they're your customers, right?
Well, Marcel, it's even better. It's even better than that, because if you have your customer list, and say if it's an existing Amazon shopper, how easy do you think it is to produce another sale on Amazon? It's pretty easy. Now, the thing that Amazon this is why email marketing and text marketing is it's a game changer for Amazon businesses, because Amazon is the highest converting website in the world. It converts at like more than 30% on, at some product. Okay. So what that means is Amazon is looking for places on the internet that send it traffic, because it knows if it can capture some of that traffic, it's going to make sales. So if you have not been under a rock recently, then you know that Amazon's rewarding external traffic with increased keyword ranking. And the reason why they do that is because that traffic is so valuable to them. So if you can show Amazon that your Amazon listing is a magnet for external traffic, which is like what email traffic is, it originated outside of Amazon and then found its way to Amazon. Amazon moves you up in the search results for all the keywords that are loaded into your listing. So now think about this, Marcel. I send an email and I generate $20,000 in additional revenue. But that's not where it stops with Amazon. Amazon sees all of that traffic, and then they say, oh, wait, this listing is high quality. It's attracting external traffic to the platform, which is super profitable for us. So let's reward them with more traffic and move them up in the search results for all of the keywords that are inside their listing, which creates more sales organically. So it's like a win-win-win all the way around when you can own your customer list.
That's perfectly, I don't know, incredible. But I want to add just one more thing. On top of that, Amazon is rewarding like 10% for every external traffic you're sending in if you're going through attribution and you're accessing their reward program. So
yes,
Amazon is crazy for outside traffic, and we're leaving a lot of money on the table, and that's for sure something we can definitely work on. And this is, I guess, what PostPurchasePRO is actually doing. So maybe, Seth or Shawn, maybe you can tell us specifically how PostPurchasePRO, helps everyone. And I've heard a lot of good things about you guys and about your services. And let's talk about what you actually help people with. And yeah,
Shawn, do you want to start, or would you like me to?
Sure. So basically, we are the only completely done for you, completely hands off on your part. We're the only service of its kind that does email and text message, also known as SMS marketing, as a service specifically for Amazon sellers. Your job as a seller is to create your front-end transactions. Continue doing the same things that you're doing every single day. Don't change that. Our job is to deploy our marketing for you and make each one of those Amazon customers more valuable, keep them in your funnels longer, and get them to buy more. So
yeah. So Marcel, if you think about all the things that we talked about, like capturing the customer's email address, to putting them into an email service provider and setting up all the integrations and creating all the marketing, that's what we do as a service. Because what we figured out, Marcel, is that Amazon sellers, the really successful ones, are really good at creating transactions and that front end piece of attracting new customers. they do not need to take their eye off the ball. Don't take your eye off the ball of creating new transactions. Let us do 100% of the work, creating your post-purchase experience where we can make all of your customers more valuable and create repeat orders, create cross-sells, create additional revenue from your existing customers that you're already attracting. And that's where it becomes really juicy. And what you just said, Marcel, is absolutely true. Amazon is rewarding sellers for driving their own traffic, and they do it using a process called the brand referral bonus, and you use Amazon attribution to track that. And the reason why it's kind of top of mind for me, Marcel, is one of our clients who we're setting everything up for called us last week, and he said, I never would have believed it if I didn't see it in my own attribution account. Amazon just paid me $5,600, or so, it was around there, about $5,600 in commission for the first 30 days of additional revenue that the email marketing that you guys did for us created. So what that looked like was $52,000 or a little bit more in additional revenue simply by us emailing his existing customers, and Amazon paid him more than $5,000 in a pure profit commission because he drove his own external traffic. That's what we're doing every day, Marcel.
That's incredible, and this is a service that every Amazon seller should reach out to. And how can the guys and how can everyone here in our audience reach out to you and get to? I believe you can tell us a bit about the how this is let's say the contract is being made with each Amazon seller, or that depends on the category or the the revenue of the seller.
Marcel, I think the best thing to do, because not every seller is a good fit. If you don't sell a good product, if you get negative reviews, if you're 3.5 stars or less on your products, we probably aren't going to be able to help you, because a product that doesn't convert on the front end is really not going to convert very well on the back end. So, but if you have a reasonably successful business and you want growth, now we should at least have a conversation. So every product, every seller is a little bit different. So I think the best thing to do would just be to go to postpurchasepro.com, and then there's a little button that says learn more. You can schedule a call with somebody on our team. We can talk through your specific business, see where you're at, and see if it makes sense.
And that sounds absolutely perfect, because yeah, like you said, if you don't run a good, if you are not selling a good product, you're not making money. So yeah, the after all, the product itself is the most important, the key factor in every business. That's the thing that should be immaculate. I mean, in every term, to be
well
perfect.
said, Marcel.
Yeah. And afterwards,
it's always about the customer. It's never about the product. Every business that we sold got maximum valuation, the higher multiples, not because of the product. It was because of the relationship that we have with the customers. The fact that we're able to orchestrate sales on demand to consumers who already know, like, and trust us. Now, I understand we are a paid service, so the last thing that we want to do is to hurt someone financially. So if you're the type of person where you're growing and you're bootstrapping and you can't afford to hire this type of service done, then do yourself a favor. At least do it on your own.
Yeah.
Start immediately collecting customer contacts, and not only collecting the contacts, but you have to follow up with the customers. You have to reach out. You have to communicate with them so that you can stay warm, because having a customer list that you don't email is like having a check that you never cash. Don't do that. Do something, whether with us or on your own, but doing nothing, taking no action, you're not going to see any change. You won't see any of the type of growth that we're talking about, Marcel.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Thank you for that. That's really enlightening, and I'm sure everyone has caught up at least a good thing to apply to their business. Okay, I guess this is it from my side. Let me know if you guys would like to add something up to this podcast.
Oh, you're an amazing host, and I just want to thank you 1,000 times for inviting Seth and I to share with your audience. Feel free to reach out. CS is our email address for customer support, cs@postpurchasepro.com. If you have any questions, and like Seth said, you can check out our service, postpurchasepro.com. Not every seller is a good fit, but even if you're not a good fit, you'll still learn a lot of valuable information on how to build a list, how to monetize a list, how to leverage that list to increase the value of your brand, not only in sales, but also when you go to exit your business. And you can pick up all those free gifts along with our book, Private Label Millionaire Secrets, at postpurchasepro.com/final. I don't have anything else to add. Thank you.
Thank you. I would just want to add one more thing. I'm one of the lucky people that got the physical book. So yeah, just
Marcel, since we're on a podcast and you have such an amazing podcast and you're such an amazing host, Shawn and I do share some marketing strategies on our podcast. If you'd like to mention that, be more than happy to share that with your audience as well.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I'll make sure to include all the links. So
Yeah.
will be in the description and everything related to that. So yeah, if there are any questions, also feel free to just address them. And yeah, the guys, I'll reach out personally to Seth and Shawn and make sure that we get all the answers that we need. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Marcel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.